Good morning, everybody. I apologize I haven't posted in a while. The reason is I've been wanting to get better video editing software and try to go get it. Nothing wants to work. So needless to say, I haven't posted in a while. Plus it's been cold and miserable and I've been busy work and trying to keep everybody healthy and happy. So I figured today might be a good day to talk about what we do in winter and why. We're on the east coast of Canada on Prince Edward Island. Winters can be very horrible for animals because you'll have it'll be plus 10 and it'll go down to minus 30. We'll have precipitation mixed in there. We'll have mud and then it will freeze. So we have a big change in temperature. And as you can see here, we have absolutely no shelter at all except for our barn. So we did have a lean-to here before and the wind blew it away. So we're going to look at doing another one this summer, but for now, what we do in winter and why. We feed lots of free choice hay. Even our donkeys get free choice hay. It's Timothy hay, as low sugar as we can get. Around here they don't do a whole lot of testing. It's just basically you get it from the farmer if you can in the spring. And does you the year. So what they're eating now is Timothy. We blanket the ones that need blankets. Now you can see Merlin here does not have a blanket. He is a donkey, so he can't handle the wet or the rain, but he's got lots of fat. We got to get the fat off him so he can handle the cold. And donkeys can handle the cold, they just can't handle damp cold. Julie here is a little bit metabolic, so we figure she can use a little more support. And Munson's Darren's baby, and Edna again too. She seems more comfortable, more happy when she has her blanket on than when she doesn't. We definitely would not put them out if it was windy without a blanket, because the wind just goes through their hair and messes them up really bad. Again, Clover here, she'll have a blanket on if it's really bad, if we have to put her out, but we got a barn so we can put her in if need be. Hey Clover. And this is your mom Tequila. Tequila's 26 this year. And she doesn't have a blanket, but she's got a thick coat, so thick in fact that we have to watch out she doesn't get rain rot or anything like that in there, because there's no air getting to the skin, so we have to try to brush her out more, and if she has something we have to cut out some of the hair. Mr. Duke here, he always went without a blanket unless it was really cold. Oh yeah, this morning it's minus 15 Celsius. Wind chill, I don't know what it is, but it's from the northeast, so it's from this direction. It's not a whole lot of wind. It's a damp cold here in PEI because we're on an island, and I've been told 20 Celsius here is equivalent to minus 40 out in Alberta. So Alberta's pretty dry. I know this is my baby. She's 2 years old. So she had an operation on her hock. So I figure she can use a little more support. And just because she hasn't really gotten used to the cold because she had the blanket on. We got a blanket on her, but we always check them. Coming up to you, girl. Check underneath to make sure that they're dry. Like you can see, she doesn't got much of a coat. And make sure they're dry. Make sure they're not sweating. They get wet. Wet with a blanket on is worse than anything, so you want to keep them as dry as possible. And Bubbles, she's 11, and she's got a fur on her like a woolly mammoth coat. Katana doesn't really have much of a coat. So for winter, we feed them lots of hay. We give them shelter. Depending upon the weather, if it's snowing, we might leave them in, just because if it's snowing and then it melts and then it freezes again. Like we've had literally days where it'll snow, be like minus 5, minus 10, snow, and then it'll warm up to plus 10, and then it'll drop back down to like minus 20, all within 24 hours. So if you have you have snow on them, it warms up, turns to water, gets in their skin, and then they have freezing, what do you got? You got a sick horse, or you got rain rot, or you got other issues. So we try to keep them dry. It's kind of a principle around here we use of if there's two of the three, wind, rain, and cold, we tend to make sure they're blanketed or put them in. Now if we had trees here and we didn't have the wind that we have, we would probably leave them out a lot. Well, they're out every day. but we take them in at night, or if the weather's really bad, like in the middle of a snowstorm, they may as well be in. Now, here's the thing. Everything that you do outside is better. They got fresh air, they got movement, they got cleaner feet, you know, there's better drainage. Problem with putting them in a barn is if you don't have ventilation, you could end up with sick horses. So they really need good ventilation. So Darren put a couple of vents on here. Let's go see if we can see them. See the vents. I'm just posting this whole video because, like I said, I can't find any good video editing software. So we're just going to post the whole thing. So, oh, they're on the other side, but you can kind of slightly see there. So you see that? So it's like a little wind turbine. And then there's another one over here somewhere. Anyway, so those help pull the air out of the barn and make it much better. So essentially, one of my friends, she has asthma, allergies bad, and she couldn't stand in the barn for more than a minute. When we moved here, we did what we could. We just moved here 6 years ago, was it? Anyway, so once Darren put those in, we had a lot more wind, a lot more airflow, and she can actually stay in there for an hour or two and no problem. So a lot better airflow, a lot better air quality. So you want to keep the air quality good for your critters if you're going to keep them in. Ideally, I probably would go with clay floors or sand floors in their stalls. I've never actually had that opportunity in the 40 years I've had horses. They've always had cement floors. Problem with cement is there's no place for the pee to go. You got ammonia, you got liquid. How I've dealt with that is we put peat moss, shavings, sawdust on the bottom. I'll actually put peat moss under rubber mats and then try to clean that out a couple of times a year. You'll notice a huge difference if you do that. And then you use your bedding on top, so any shavings, sawdust, hay, not hay, straw, for bedding. Anyway, Mr. here's getting his bum scratched. He likes getting his butt scratched. He's only, well, you're not a year yet. You're a year based on January 1st, but May 12th was his birthday. And it's February 2nd now, so he's at least 14 to 15 hands. He's big sook. So yeah, so his dad's a Hanoverian. He's bred for dressage. This is his mom. He's gonna turn gray like his mom. Like you can kind of see little white bits in here. Well, I'm digressing from what we do in winter. So you can see here he's got a thick coat that's kind of up a bit. That's helped keep him warm. He's not shivering. He was shivering the other day when it was windy, so he did have a blanket on then. But he's got nice, and he's not overweight, he's not underweight. You can feel his ribs underneath there. Can't see them. You're just a good boy, aren't you? Okay, so bedding. So what we can do in winter sometimes is I'll do a deep bedding method. Essentially what you're doing is you're composting on the bottom. So you have your sawdust, peat moss, shavings, whatever on the bottom, and that soaks up the liquids, keeps the ammonia down there. You can use dry stall. Price on that has gone through the roof. Everything seems to have like doubled, tripled in price in the past 5 years. It's just insane. And then you put straw on top. Straw is one of the best things for warming. Hay, not so much, but straw keeps them really warm. So this is red here, and you can see she's nice and chubby, doesn't need a lot of stuff. So a lot of food. Water is another important thing. We'll change our buckets twice a day. If we're home, sometimes we'll do it more often. But basically, we want to make sure they got fresh water. We do it this way so we know how much they're drinking. You can get heated water buckets. I've always worried about them eating the electric, because mine are bad at that. And then we got our salt here. That is white loose tables, not iodized salt, but it's good for non-iodized, but it's white salt, good for them to have. It's loose, but they got some hay mixed in with it. Yeah, so then the ice buckets, we have to break out the ice, feed it twice a day, give them free choice salt. Don't change their diet a whole lot, especially temperatures are changing way too much. We don't, what else do we do this time of year? We monitor them. I'll offer them electrolytes. Some of them will drink them, some of them won't. Some of them will drink them one day, won't the next day. So I just go with that's what they need. Even the cows here. Starmy's supposed to be in calve. Hey, Starmy. You're supposed to be having a nice little calf for us. Hopefully it'll be healthy and happy. We had problems with BVD. That's a whole nother story. And this is Minnie Moo. She's full grown. She's literally the same age as Starmy. They're best buds. Hey, Starmy. Minnie Moo. You guys are just great at grabbing the hay. So we had got 100 bales of hay here. It'll last us about 25 days, maybe, if we're lucky. And of course, they're getting into it. So we took up a stall. We got, we'll feed round bales, but we will put the hay out as we see fit. So back here, you can see we got these gates up. So this is our big door. This is where everything comes in or out. So this is where a round bale is. So we'll just pull off that. Round bale does us 3, maybe 4 days. On cold days, maybe 2. So yeah, so that's basically what we do. Oh, if you're building a barn and you have cold winters like us, I highly, highly recommend having a heated area. Okay, the geese want something to eat. I gotta go check on them. But I'll show you the heated area quickly. We have to lock this up because, well, Merlin is, yeah, so I work full time, and then our biggest thing is to make sure they have water. So heat. It's the other thing I recommend is you have heat in your barn. This is electric heater, has to be hardwired, so you need electricity wired in. Got it at Kent on sale about 4 years ago. Finally got it installed. In the meantime, we were using, what were we using? Let's see, here's my water. In the meantime, we were using, and oh, here's electrolytes. These I like. They like them. Electrolyte Plus. And then there's other electrolyte powders. So check with the electrolytes you got. Try to avoid anything that has high sugar, especially if you have donkeys. Even horses don't need high sugar. What else? Yeah, so the heater. We had a greenhouse heater, or you can use one of these like little infrared heaters. If you have a little area like this, have it insulated if you can. It'd be great.